Hey y'all, welcome to my 37-week pregnancy update video. I'm scheduled to be induced at 38 weeks, so hopefully this will be my last video before my delivery update. Okay guys, so it's been a really crazy week. First off, I ended up falling. So I fell on concrete. I was walking across a parking lot and somehow tripped and fell, and I landed on my hands and my knees, and of course I bumped my belly because it's huge. So I had to go be monitored at labor and delivery, and that went really well. So their policy is to monitor you for 4 hours after you fall. I fell whenever it was like 5:30, and then I ended up being monitored till about 9:30 at night. Everything looked good. The baby looked good. I was having a lot of contractions, but they weren't too worried about it. And I had like my NST and my ultrasound and my doctor's appointment like the very next day. So the next day I go in and I update the doctor on everything. And the baby did not pass the NST. He rarely does. So he's active, but he's not reactive. Like his heartbeat rarely spikes, even whenever they try to stimulate him, or if I try to eat or drink something, or, if he moves, his heart rate just doesn't really go up. So they always end up doing a BPP ultrasound, the biophysical profile. And usually that goes really well. They get in his practice breathing, they make sure he's doing that, and they count movements. And this time, though, they told me that my baby was breech. And I was like, there's no way. We've been going for weeks, for the twice weekly ultrasounds and everything. And he's always been head down, like super head down, locked and engaged. I'm thinking, oh, we're ready to ride this thing out. No, all of a sudden, the baby is breech. And I'm like, supposed to be induced like 6 days from then. So I'm freaking out. And then we end up seeing the doctor after the ultrasound, and she's like really admonishing me about my amniotic fluid level. For those of you guys who don't know, I have polyhydramnios, however you're supposed to say it. Basically, I have a ton of amniotic fluid. My fluid levels have grown exponentially over the past couple of weeks. For a little bit, it was like 27, 29, 30. And then all of a sudden it jumped up to 37 and then 44. And I'm like, oh, and then it was 43 that day. So when I talked to the doctor and she's telling me, your breech and your amniotic fluid level is crazy high. She's like, I don't even know where to start measuring your stomach. And I'm like, the same place you always do. It's not that hard. Anyways, she was not willing to check to see if I was dilated, because she was so afraid of breaking my water. And, she told me with the amount of fluid that I have, if I do have if my water breaks and I'm at home or something, I'm supposed to get in a knees to chest position. And there's huge risks of complications, like the cord could prolapse and all of the stuff. So I'm pretty much leaving there freaking out. She told me that she was going to call the hospital to see about moving up the induction or what they wanted to do now that the baby was breech. And, just kind of left it at that and said, I'll give you a call and let you know. So, we go home and I'm like crossing my legs, hoping that I don't have any more contractions. Like I've been having a ton. So, I just decided I would just take it easy till I heard back from the doctor. And then she called and she's like, oh, they're just going to keep you with your regularly scheduled induction. And that's going to be in 6 days. I'm like, oh my gosh. She's like, just try not to do anything strenuous. If your water breaks, remember what I said. There's just a lot of risk for complications. And I'm like, thanks, for the reassurance. So I went home. That was a Friday. And I kind of did nothing pretty much all weekend. And then Monday, which is today, I went back in to have my NST and my ultrasound. So now I'm at 37 weeks and 4 days and 3 days to go to my induction. And the baby is still breech. So we're still kind of in that same position of we're going to go for the induction on Thursday, which is in, like I said, 3 days. And it's probably going to be a C-section, which I wasn't really anticipating, but you know, I kind of expected would probably happen. So basically we're just kind of hanging on, hoping that my water doesn't break on its own, and hoping that baby is going to be good and healthy whenever he arrives. They kind of anticipate him to be pretty big. At my 35 week growth scan, he was measuring about 7 pounds, 3 ounces. And today the ultrasound girl took just a quick measurement. She said she can't do a whole growth scan because it's not ordered or whatever. But, you know, she estimates the baby to be about, you know, a good 10 pounds by Thursday. So it's probably for the best that he's breech and that I'm going to be having a C-section. So yeah, fingers crossed that everything goes well. And I thank you all so much for watching my video. Stay tuned for more. Bye.